I'm Clement Townsend. I teach digital media in Chicago. For the past several years, I've worked with students to help them create video versions of the assignments they were doing in core subjects. The purpose of this video is to show how middle school students can develop their communication, creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, and technology skills through video assignments in core subjects. It's an exciting and immersive way for students to show what they know. I've worked with students who didn't know how to copy and paste or download images and videos to their computer and other technology basics. I want students to be able to learn technology skills integrated with the lessons they are already doing in their current core subjects.
This video is on decomposing polygons to find area.
After the example video for students, I will give step-by-step instructions on how students can create their own video using Canva. I'm interested to hear from you. Does this type of assignment interest you for your students? Comment below. Let me know what you think. Let's get started.
So let's get started creating your math video. Once you have signed up with Canva, your home screen should look something like this. And so they have video here, but we're actually going to scroll over just a little bit, and then we're going to look for education video. And we should look for not education presentation, but actually it was already here in the beginning. So we're just looking for educational video, and we're going to click that. Then once we get to the next screen, this is where we're going to actually start to create our video. So the important thing to take note of is the search bar at the top where it already has educational video. Here on the right side is where we will watch our video. And the bottom, this is called like the timeline. That's where we will place our clips to create our video. So let's get started with a title page. We want to put your name on the title page just like you would on a regular assignment. So I just typed in math in the search bar. I typed in math in the search bar, and a lot of different videos come up. And once you find what you like, say for instance, if you like this math class, you just want to drag it onto what I call the timeline. So just drag it into the plus sign, and that is the first part of your video. So welcome to math class. You can use space bar to play it or the play button here. There's also a play button up at the top. So to change the elements, so we're going to get started with doing some text elements. So you just click on it one time. And so it says math class here. And so we might do dividing fractions by fractions. You would just simply type that in the box, dividing fractions by fractions. Now, if you notice, that's a little bit too big. So certainly you can just highlight everything. And here's how you change your text size. You click up here, change text size. I'll go to like 88. This if you want to change your font style. And then also if you wanted to text color. So if you didn't like that color and wanted to make it another color. So dividing fractions by fractions, I'll leave that part there. And then I want to click on this other box. I want to delete that. We don't need it. And then certainly it's always great to have your name. So how to move elements around, two things pop up. There's a couple of circles that allow you to kind of like rotate it, or a couple of arrows. You can rotate things pretty easily. We might need that a little bit later on when we do arrows. And then also there's this 4 arrows, and that allows you to move it wherever you need it. So we want to move this up just a little bit, dividing fractions by fractions, put in your name, John Doe. Then it's always good to put what period you're in, 7th period. So that is your title slide. And then you've also done some text. And then what we want to do easily, we want to just duplicate that. So at the bottom on my timeline, 3 dots pop up. It gives me a couple of different options, and I want to duplicate my page. That is what we want to do, to duplicate the page. And that is how you get started. At this point, you want to prepare to solve your problem. So you don't necessarily need the text. You can delete the text. Also, you can delete the operations. And then you want to begin to bring in your problem to the platform. You should have the sample video project problems from your teacher. You just want to go over to that sheet. And so I already had it open, but just in case you didn't, you can click on whichever one that you would like to solve for your video, and then you want to double click. So when you have the one, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, you just want to double click. Actions, you want to download. I suggest that you download it as a JPEG, and then it should go ahead and download to your computer. You can press save and close. Once you have it downloaded to your computer, then you just want to go back to the platform, and then on the left side, you have uploads. You want to just go ahead and upload your problem. It says upload files, and then just look for whatever area, whatever section. On my computer, it says downloads. So I'm just going to click on it, and I'm going to press open. You might need to look under recent, but just find the file that you just downloaded, and then you want to bring that in. Once you have it in the platform, you just click on it one time, and there you have it, and you will begin to work. So for this example, I'm going to use this problem. So once you have it inside, you can grab the sides and make it a little bit smaller. And then here we want to show how would you decompose this polygon. For that, we're going to use the draw tool. So on the left side, click on the draw tool, and they have a marker, they have a highlighter, a couple of different options. I'm going to work on the marker, and how would you decompose? So the triangle, and make sure you're on the marker, and the marker will be sticking out. So for the triangle, you can draw here. That would be your base. And obviously you can draw here. That would be your height. And then what would those numbers be? Certainly if the whole base is 13 and this part is 7, that will make this base of the triangle 6. Just identify what it would be. Certainly if the whole height is 16 and this part of the height is 8, that will make this part 8 here. And then the same thing for the rectangle, the base times the height. You could circle what that would be, or you can press undo. You could also highlight what that would be. And then once you do that, certainly you just want to go ahead and start to solve your problem. For that, you would just start to add text. To add text, you would go on the left side and click the text box. And since you have already decomposed and understand what the problem and the numbers are for the problem, from here on out is just going ahead and using the formula and solving. So it has add a heading, add a subheading, either one of these. To make it easy, I'll just do subheading. You just click it one time, and then you're just going to start to type, and you're going to put in the equation. Area equals 1/2 base times height, and you will just hit enter. Area equals 1/2, and you already did the base times the height, 6 times 8. Area equals 1/2. Certainly 6 times 8 would be 48. And then area equals 24, which is a half, centimeters squared. So for the square part, I would click off. I would do add subheading. When that pops up, I'm just going to put in a 2 there. And certainly I don't need the 2 to be that big. So I could just grab the side and minimize the 2 and then just drag it where I need it to be. And maybe even make it a little bit smaller here for your square. So there you have it. Area equals 1/2 base times height, 6 times 8, 48. And then you would just continue to do that. We would just duplicate the page. We understand the answer would be adding the 2 areas from the triangle and the rectangle. I might need a couple of these, so I'm going to duplicate this and just move it up. To duplicate, there was a button. When I clicked on it, it gave me a duplicate button. 24 centimeters square. Just make sure you're in the box to continue adding. Plus 104 centimeters. And as you see, it's moving. And then we'll do area equals 128 centimeters. And so it's best to add your 2 after it's already done to make sure that the 2 stays where you need it to be. So there you have a 2, you're squared. There you have a squared. And then here you have a squared as well. And you do not need this part. Certainly you could change the font color. You could potentially animate if you wanted to do some things and make it move around. Say if you wanted to get fancy, you wanted to make it pan or scroll down if you wanted to make it ascend. There's some different things you can do, but that is your final answer. Certainly you want to look over your video. Be sure to check your video to make sure that you decomposed it properly, to make sure that you did your math properly as well. So once I have a clean background, I already have celebration here. What I did was elements, and it's time to celebrate. Elements in the search bar, celebration. And so many different things come up, graphics, photos. You could do whatever you want to celebrate. Maybe you want some sparkles, or maybe you want something to, again, we can make this shorter here to hang over the side. And we know how to make stuff adjust to make it smaller. And I would like to make that turn as well. Well, here's a turn button. There we go. We could make it turn that way and move it and have it hanging up. Whatever you would like to do. Elements. Maybe you like to do a happy dance. So I do like videos. So elements, videos, and I'll do happy dance. Search for however you want to finish off your video. Maybe you want a chicken. If I hit the 3 dots, this tells me what it is. A rooster, excuse me. Happy rooster dancing. Maybe you would like a heart dancing on yours. Maybe you want people dancing. Were there any other people? Were there any other things? They just have a lot of different videos here that you can add, whether it's people, but I'll just go back to the rooster. So you could have a rooster dancing. And again, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here. Put that in the corner. You could do fireworks, whatever you please. It's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate.
I know you are a creative, innovative teacher who wants to revolutionize learning for your students. Book a free 30-minute call with me and let's virtually create a video for your classroom assignment together. Click the link in the description to schedule your call. I can't wait to chat with you.